The 70 Weeks of Daniel and the Last Trump by Ferrari and Steve Fletcher. Good evening, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. I hope you guys are all doing well tonight. And it is January 19th, 2021, and we are on the eve of the inauguration of Joe Biden. Everyone is wondering what is going to be happening tonight, tomorrow, over the coming weeks, months, years, what is going to be happening. And so I'm going to be sharing with you tonight a piece of information that was sent to me by a friend, Ferrari, and he has been studying for years the timelines based on the 70 weeks of Daniel, the 1260, 1290, 1335 days, and from the order to restore Jerusalem, November 29th, 1947. The end of his timeline is January 28th, 2021. So what I'm sharing with you tonight is a confirmation and a second witness testimony to what I have been sharing leading us to January 28th, 2021. So here is this information. I'm going to be leaving this information for you in a PDF link on my Google Drive that you can download and get. You can print it out or you can have it on your hard drive of your computer. The 70 weeks of Daniel, which according to Daniel 9:24 and 25 says, 70 weeks are determined upon thy people, upon thy holy city, to finish the transgression, to make an end of sins, to make reconciliation for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. So Daniel 9:24 and 25 gives us a timeline that is 70 weeks, and the beginning time of this is the restoration of Jerusalem, the order to restore Jerusalem. Now, the order to restore Jerusalem is the Palestinian partition plan, which was established on November 29th, 1947. Then what we do is we see from there, from 1947 to 2017, it's a very clear 70 years. What Brother Lewis did is he calculated between 364 and 365 days from November 29th, 1947 to September 23rd, 2017 is exactly 70 years or 25,502 days, which equates to 364.3 days per year. We know that we have a solid beginning marker based on the order to restore Jerusalem. Then we have a clear marker in the heavens, a sign that was given to us in Revelation chapter 12 that also marks this 70-year period. So we have a 70-year period from November 29th, 1947, bringing us to the Revelation 12 sign on September 23rd, 2017. The other thing that is very important for us to understand is that the sign itself in Revelation chapter 12 gives us another starting point for the final countdown of days, as is written in Revelation 12:6. The woman fled into the wilderness, where she had the place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. So we have the beginning marker from 1947. Then we have from the Revelation 12 sign another marker that begins the countdown. So if we go from September 23rd, 2017, after the 70 years, and we add 1260 days to that, it brings us to March 6th, 2021. Now, March 6th in Jewish history is a very important day because this was a day there was a great earthquake in Rome, but it was also on this day that the Catholic Church had proposed that there would be a persecution of the Jews. Okay, they would if we see here. The church and the government of Rome set Wednesday, March 6, 1430 as the day when all the Jews of Rome must convert or face death. Okay? On that day, a great earthquake shook Rome, and many of the archbishops and priests who conceived the decree were killed. Following the earthquake, Pope Martin V annulled the decree. Okay? Okay. So the this was a day in history, March 6th. The other thing that is important about March 6th, 2021 is that it is the second day, the 22nd day of Adar, and this is Shabbat Para, the Sabbath of the red heifer, the red heifer. The Sabbath of the red heifer on March 6th, 2021. Okay. Shabbat Para for the Hebrew year of 5781 begins at sundown on March 5th and ends at nightfall on March 6th. Shabbat Para takes place on the Sabbath the new moon of Nisan, before the beginning of Nisan, in preparation for Passover. Numbers 19:1 through 22 describes the Para Aduma, the red heifer, in the Jewish temple as part of the manner in which the Kohanim and the Jewish people purified themselves so that they would be ready, pure, to sacrifice the Korban Pesach. Okay, so what we have is, let's see here, is we have a time frame that goes from Revelation 12 sign, September 23rd, 2017, 1260 days brings us to this important day that is used as preparation uh, for the Passover. Okay, then we go from March 6th. When we look at the 21 days of Revelation, okay, the 21 days of Daniel and the battle in heaven, which is also mentioned in the book of Revelation, okay, I believe that we all agree that the war in heaven mentioned in Revelation 12:7 and 9 and Daniel 10:13 is the same war which lasts for 21 days. Okay? Let me go through all of this information for you guys, and then there'll be a way to summarize this, and we can go back over this. But let me go through this and watch with me how this all plays out. Okay? So what we have the 1260 days, which is written in Revelation 12:6. Okay? So we have the Revelation 12 sign, then we have the 1260 days, okay, which is written in Revelation 12:6. Then in Revelation 12:7, we have the battle that takes place. Okay, so what Lewis is sharing here is that I believe that we all agree that the war in heaven mentioned in Revelation 12:7 and 9 and Daniel 10 through 10:13 is the same war which lasts for 21 days. Considering that Revelation 12:7 and 9 follows Revelation 12:6 exactly, it's the next verse, I believe it is safe to assume that this 21-day period will begin on March 6th, immediately following the 1260-day period, and end on Passover, March 27th. See, this is the interesting connection about March 6th, is that it's the Sabbath of the red heifer, which is the day that they begin preparing for the Passover, and then the 21 days in the war in heaven, which is written both in Revelation 12:7, there was war in heaven. Daniel 10:13 says, the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 1 and 20 days, but lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. Okay, so the connection here is the archangel Michael in this battle that is taking place. Okay, and so what we have is from March 6th, if we add 21 days, it brings us to March 27th, which is the 14th of Nisan. Okay, so this is the connection here. So we have the confirmation of the 1260 days going from the Feast of Trumpets, going to the Sabbath of the red heifer. The 21 days takes us to Passover. Okay, then if we use September 23rd, 2017 as the starting point and apply the 1260 days shown in Revelation 12:6 and the 1290 days and the 1335 days mentioned in Daniel 12:11 and 12 respectively, we arrive at the following timeline. So what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how everything lines up from the September 23rd sign. September 23rd, 2017 plus 1260 days, according to Revelation 12:6. 1290 days, according to Daniel 12:11. And 1335 days, according to Daniel 12:12. So September 23rd, 2017, from there, adding 1260 days brings us to March 6th, 2021, which is Shabbat Para, the Sabbath of the red heifer. Adding from there the 21-day battle brings us from March 6th, 2021 to March 27th, 2021, which is Passover. Nisan 14, 2021. Then, if we go from the September 23rd, 2017 Revelation 12 sign and add 1290 days, it brings us to April 4th, 2021, which is the last day of first fruits. It cannot go past April 4th. April 4th is Pesach 8. It's the last great day of first fruits, the 8th day of first fruits. Okay? So 1290 days brings us to the last day of first fruits. Okay, this is a very important connection. What we're watching here is that all of the dates line up on the Hebrew calendar. Now, blessed is he who waits and arrives at the 1335 days. So if we go 1335 days from the September 23rd, 2017 sign, it brings us to May 19th, 2021. Okay? And what do we have on May 19th? We have Shavuot, which is celebrated until the evening of May 18th. Sunday, May 16th to May 18th, 2021 is Shavuot in Israel. Okay, so we're looking at the Hebrew calendar, and this is the confirmation within the Hebrew calendar. Okay, is that we have the 1335 days from the Revelation 12 sign, and it brings us to Pentecost and the evening of Pentecost, as Pentecost had fully come, that very night is the arrival of the 1335 days. Okay, now we're looking at May. How are we getting connected to January? As we are watching right now the inauguration leading up to January 28th, as I have said, this information that Brother Lewis has sent to me is confirming the date of January 28th. How are we going to arrive at January 28th if we're already at day 1335 as Pentecost on May 18th? 1 Corinthians 16:8 through 9. But I will tarry at Ephesus until Pentecost, for a great door and effectual is open unto me, and there are many adversaries. John 4:35. Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest? Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. 1 Corinthians 16:8 through 9 states that the Lord will tarry until Pentecost. Is this not referring to the harvest? Then in John 4:35 it states that the harvest will be ready 4 months early. Could this be referring to the Father having to shorten those days, or no flesh would survive because of the vaccine? By subtracting 4 months, according to John 4:35, from Pentecost, which is the blessed day 1335, by subtracting 4 months from Pentecost, May 19th, 2021, we end up on January 19th and 20th, 2021, the day of the U.S. inauguration. And here we have the return of the eighth king, Barack Obama, through the inauguration of Joe Biden. Joe Biden was Barack Obama's vice president, and he has already brought on board all of the old Obama team. This is the same team that Joe Biden is using to form his new government. Okay? This would also be seen as the last Trump, as Donald Trump leaves office on January 20th and 21st. Okay? So here we have our 4 months from John 4:35, 4 months to the harvest. Look up, uh, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. 4 months before Pentecost. January 21st, 2021 is the first day of the Biden-Obama administration, and this would mark the final 7-day warning to Tu B'Shavat, the new year of the trees, January 28th, 2021. The last Trump, the final 7-day warning, as in the days of Noah. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. 7-day warning from January 21st, the first day of the new administration. The last Trump plus 7 days brings us to January 28th, 2021. Now, before I close, I am not going to go over all of this information that I've shared, but I have shared 2 previous videos about the connections to Tu B'Shavat. What we have is, this is day, if we go back from Israel's Pentecost, number 70 on June 4th, 2017, and we add 1,335 days to that, that brings us to January 28th, 2021. Okay? And this is the New Year of the Trees. This is a connection to the wedding chamber, uh, the day of weddings in Israel. It's January full moon is the wolf moon. Okay. Then the other very important piece of information that goes with this is that this is the 1-year anniversary of the Abraham Accords. At the time that Donald Trump brought out this peace agreement for the Middle East, it was called the peace plan for prosperity in the Middle East. But later the name was changed to the Abraham Accords. And it is written that the promise to Abraham, this is the covenant that I will establish, which Sarah will bear to you a son, this at this set time in the next year. Okay? The connection to this being the Abraham Accords, 1 year at this set time next year, we have the peace and safety passage from 1 Thessalonians 5:3 that talks about the birth of a child. When they say peace and safety, destruction will come as birthing pains upon a woman in labor. Okay, so all of this is connected to the name of the agreement, the Abraham Accord, January 28th, 2020, bringing us 1 year at this set time to January 28th, 2021. Okay. The other very important piece of information that I shared in those two videos, and I will leave the links for you of those two videos so you can go back over that information if you have not seen it. How important this piece of information is connecting us to January 28th is that this is the exact day on which Jupiter is in solar conjunction in the constellation of Capricorn. Now, what this means is that from this day forward, Jupiter is going to become uh, invisible. It's not going to be observable because the sun goes past Jupiter, and then because of the positioning of the sun uh, with Jupiter, Jupiter is not going to be visible from this day forward for a number of weeks. So what we have here is we have a sign in the heavens of the man-child, which is all connected to the Revelation 12 sign. It's the man-child, the birth of the man-child from the Revelation 12 sign, who was in Virgo for 10 months. Jupiter is the man-child, representative of the Church of Jesus Christ. Okay, from this day, Jupiter becomes invisible. And I believe this is a sign of our escape in the heavens. This is the sign in the heavens of our escape. Nothing of what I've just shown you is coincidence, as it is all based on exact day counts beginning on November 29th, 1947. The only thing that matters now is that the people surrender their lives to Jesus in repentance in order to be born again of the Spirit. We have arrived. Sincerely, Luis Ferrari. As I said, I will leave the links for you of my videos in the description box. I pray you guys are all blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.